Testing 1, 2, 2. As we enter the final 7 days of another incredible Midland Football League season, there's still so much to be decided. Today we could see the crowning of champions and relegation confirmed in just one match. So it's still very much all to play for, especially for AFC Wulfrunians today, who can secure safety with victory. But they've got to get past the red and green army that is Coventry United. Welcome to the Castlecroft Stadium as the Red and Greens of Coventry United play their penultimate game of a hard-fought season against relegation-threatened AFC Wulfrunians. Liam Cook here, your host on Coventry United Matchday's live coverage of this MFL Premier Division match between AFC Wulfrunians and Coventry United. You'll be forgiven at this stage of the season to take your foot off the gas and just think, you know what, I can take it easy. It ain't happening today. AFC Wulfrunians need victory, and they've got to hope that Shawbury mess up at Alchurch to secure their Premier Division status for next season. Coventry United haven't got to worry about that. They are safe. They are in 7th place. They're not going to be going up, but they're not going to be going down this season, and they're just happy to be towards the end of a very tiring campaign. A very depleted squad with 4 under-21s who actually already played today in the matchday squad, which consists of just, I believe, 14 players, as we are near the end of a fantastic season. It's a real opportunity for some of these youngsters to show what they can do and maybe, just maybe, get in Terry Anson's plans for next season. We're going to take you through the team news very shortly here on Coventry United Matchday for both sides. But before that, we've got to say a massive thank you to our amazing sponsors at Graham the Plumbers Merchant. They operate across the Midlands, supplying all your bathroom, heating and plumbing needs. So go and check out grahamplumbersmerchant.co.uk for store locations and the latest special offers. Right, are you ready for some team news? Well, I hope you are, because here it comes. For Wulfrunians, AFC Wulfrunians that is. Number 1, John Bateman. 2, Craig Gregg. 3, Joel Keynes. Number 4, the skipper, Jake Sedgmore. Number 5, John Hill. 6, Tom Ray. 7, Kyle Brady. 8, Richard Palmer. 9, Nick Turton. 10, Matthew Ellis. And 11, Matthew Hunt. And on the bench for the Wolves, number 12, Mitchell McDonald. 14, Dimitri Brown. 15, Jacob Barnes. And 16, Nathan Rose Lang. And now for the red and green lineup for Coventry United today. Number 1, Rich Morris. Number 2, Jagit Ulja. 3, Ben Valance. 4, Rob Prinzel. 5, Lewis Ison. 6, Jamie Coleman. 7, Keaton Francis Ballu. 8, Tommy Glasgow. Number 9, Scott Hammond. 10, Josh O'Grady. And 11 is Courtney Cameron. And on the bench for the Red and Greens, number 12, Jimmy Holton. 13, Jack Tregartha. And 14, Mason Aldridge. So those are the starting lineups for today's game here at Castlecroft Stadium as Coventry United take on AFC Wulfrunians as the Wolves battle for survival. Now, as it stands, with only 7 days to go to the end of another incredible MFL Premier Division season, there are still, get this, 7, yes, you heard me right, 7 teams that can still mathematically go down. It's very unlikely that we're going to be seeing either Boldmere or Stourport going down, probably even Roaster as well. So really, you're talking between Walsall Wood, Loughborough, Wulfrunians and Shawbury. The likelihood is it's either going to be Loughborough, Wulfrunians or Shawbury, but with 2 matches to go, mathematically there are still 7 teams who could go down. It would take a shed full of goals in both ends to send Boldmere, St Michael's, Stourport or even Roaster down to the Division 1. However, it is not impossible. We have seen some very strange scorelines, especially this season, so we'll have to wait and see. But the long and short of it is this. If AFC Wulfrunians win today and Shawbury lose against Alchurch, who also could become champions today if they win, then Wulfrunians are safe and Shawbury are gone. They will be joining Tividale and Brockton in the not-so-prestigious club of being relegated this season. So it's a big, big match for Wulfrunians. 3 points and the right results for Shawbury, and it's game over. Wulfrunians will be safe and will be back here at Castlecroft Stadium next year. So still very much all to play for. And believe me, do not let their 19th place position in the Premier Division fool you. This is a Wolves side on scintillating form. They beat Brockton 5-0 away last time out. Kyle Brady, who's in the team today, he scored twice that day, and the Wolves have only lost one of their last 5 matches in the league, and that defeat was at home to Shepshed 2 weeks ago. And they have got a decent record against Coventry United. Well, I say decent record, they played them once and they've beaten them. A late Joel Kane strike earned Wolves a 1-0 win at Spinks Drive earlier this month, and we will be showing you highlights of that match in just a few minutes time. Top scorer Jake Webb is not in the team today, but Kyle Brady is. He scored 9 goals in all competitions, so he is going to be one to watch. Webb has actually played more games than any Wolves player this season, with 43 appearances, including 35 starts. And as we said earlier, if Wulfrunians and Loughborough win, Shawbury lose against Alvechurch, Shawbury are down, and both Loughborough and Alvechurch and all the other teams who can still go down, they are safe. And of course Alvechurch will win the league if they beat Shawbury, so you have to think that it's going to be a very difficult task for Shawbury to beat an in-form Alvechurch team, but again, you never know in this game. We are not the only match happening around the country, I must say. The Sky Blues of Coventry City, who unfortunately, yes, they have been relegated, but they are at home to Walsall. It's their final home match of the season, so we'll be keeping you up to date with the Sky Blues' last League One home game for at least the next 12 months. Apparently they've made 6 changes to the team, so a very much changed Sky Blues lineup. We will keep you up to date from the Ricoh Arena as much as we can in today's game. It is FA Cup weekend, so there is a rather depleted schedule in the Premier League. Chelsea versus Spurs kicks off at 5:15 at Wembley Stadium in the FA Cup semi-final. In the Premier League, Bournemouth take on Middlesbrough, a massive game for Borough there. Hull City at home to Watford, of course. Hull still unbeaten at home under Marco Silva. Swansea up against Stoke, and West Ham United versus Everton. But for now, we're going to show you highlights of the previous encounter between Coventry United and Wulfrunians, as we basically give a little bit of a shout out to Joel Kane, because he scored a brilliant goal. So here are the highlights of that match in all their glory.
It is Thornton, and a fantastic save from John Bateman to his right-hand side. One glove to it, and he curls it around the post. Magnificent stop from Bateman, and he keeps the scores at 0-0. He's seeking to earn a second consecutive clean sheet after going 12 games without one. Webb's cross tries to find Turton. Cleared at the near post by Artemis, but back into danger. It's Keynes, and it's 1-0 to AFC Wulfrunians. He squeezes it past Joe Connor at the near post. It's been a to Chris Cox. Oh, just tipped over. Fantastic save once again from Bateman. It was dipping, it was going to go under the crossbar, but the glove of Bateman once again denies the red and greens. Goal kick taken. Brady chests it down and keeps it with Wulfrunians. Ball down the left wing for Dimitri Brown. Can he cut in and put this? Good night, Irene, to Coventry United. But ball down the right flank. Coleman keeps it in. Let's come to Kyle Dave with the right glove of Joe Connor.
Well, there you go, those were the highlights of Coventry United's 1-0 defeat at home to AFC Wulfrunians just a couple of weeks ago. We've got to give a big shout out to the one and only Mr. Simon Reynolds himself. He's listening in, he's at the hospital with his wife, so sadly can't make it today. Enjoy the nice weather, he says. Well, best wishes to Simon and his family at this time, and well, hope to see you at, I think it's Boldmere next week, isn't it? So fingers crossed we'll see you at Boldmere. And hopefully you'll be enjoying a good performance from Coventry United this afternoon. So big shout out to Simon and family as they are listening in from hospital. I don't know which hospital it is, but to be honest with you, it is a pretty decent day. I mean, he's saying enjoy the weather. The sun is shining. It's not that warm, I have to say, but it's pretty decent. But you know what? I'm not a weatherman, am I? I'm a football commentator, and a pretty lousy one, I've got to say. We are just 7 minutes away from kickoff here at the Castlecroft Stadium. Coventry United taking on AFC Wulfrunians. A much changed Coventry United lineup, still short of several big stars. We're hearing that Jean de Corey was supposed to be in the team today, but hasn't been able to make it. Rich Morris still hasn't fully recovered from that thumb injury. Jagit Ulja is going to be starting at right back, one of 4 under-21 players in the match day 14. Courtney Cameron starting once again. It looks to me as if United... It looks like it could well be a 4-3-3. I'm not sure. I have to wait until kickoff to find out. Jamie Coleman is going to be captaining the team once again in the absence of Kevin Thornton and Chris Cox. This is the final match of Cox's ban. It's a 3-game ban. He will be back next week for the final match against Boldmere St Michael's. So it'll be good to see Coxie back in the team one more time before season's end. Of course, you've got the regulars in there: Lewis Ison, Jamie Coleman, Tommy Glasgow, Scott Hammond as well. Hammond is down as number 9. So whether he's going to be the main striker heading forward, I'm not sure. Once again, we'll have to wait until the teams line up on the pitch to figure out exactly how United are going to be playing today. As we close down on kickoff, once again we're going through another recap of the starting lineups for both sides before kickoff here at Castlecroft Stadium. Take you through some of the other matches around the grounds in the top 4 divisions of English football. We've gone through the Premier League games. In the Championship, Brentford have got QPR, Bristol City host Barnsley, Burton Albion can take a huge leap towards safety with victory at home to Leeds United. Huddersfield, now they have got to win, they've got to beat Fulham to keep their chances of going up intact. We'll have to keep that short though, as here come the teams of AFC, Wulfrunians and Coventry United here at Castlecroft Stadium. A massive match for Wulfrunians. A victory today and the right result for Alvechurch against Shawbury will see the Wolves safe, and will also see Alvechurch as champions. Could be a momentous day for AFC Wulfrunians, but they've got to get past Coventry United first. Live coverage of AFC Wulfrunians versus Coventry United right here on Coventry United Matchday. United in their away strip of white, black and green, and a late arrival there, Rich Morris darting onto the pitch. I think he just wanted to get out of the pre-match handshake, to be honest with you. So once again, the starting lineups coming up. I do say another big shout out to our good friends at Graham the Plumbers Merchant, operating across the Midlands for all your bathroom heating and plumbing needs. So go and check out grahamplumbersmerchant.co.uk for store locations and the latest special offers. As we can see, Coventry United's coaching staff walking over to the dugout on the far side of the ground.
7, Kyle Brady. 8, Richie Palmer. 9, Nicky Turton. 10, Matt Ellis. And number 11, Matt Hunt.
So you probably hear the stadium announcer giving you the starting lineups. But if you did miss them, then here they are in full. For Coventry United, number 1, Rich Morris. Number 2, Jagit Ulja. Number 3, Ben Valance. 4, Rob Prinzel. 5, Lewis Ison. Number 6, the captain, Jamie Coleman. 7, Keaton Francis Ballu. 8, Tommy Glasgow. Number 9, Scott Hammond. 10, Josh O'Grady. And number 11, Courtney Cameron. And for AFC Wulfrunians, number 1, John Bateman. 2, Craig Gregg. 3, Joel Haynes. Number 4 is Jake Sedgemore. 5, John Hill. 6, Tom Ray. 7, Kyle Brady. 8, Richard Palmer. Number 9, Nick Turton. 10, Matthew Ellis. And 11, Matthew Hunt. As we get set for kick-off here at Castlecroft Stadium, big match for Wulfrunians. They really could do with the points here. Coventry United once again with their amazing away support at the rather impressive Castlecroft Stadium. A pretty sizable main stand behind us. It's going to be Scott Hammond to kick things off for Coventry United. A much changed red and green lineup. With United with not too much to play for, they've got a chance to give some of the younger players a chance. And let's see if the kids are indeed all right as we get going at Castlecroft Stadium. Live coverage of AFC Wulfrunians versus Coventry United right here on Coventry United Matchday with Liam Cook. Lewis Ison. Jagit Ulja making the run down the right-hand side for Coventry United. He's got Cameron in front of him. Pass blocked off well by Joel Haynes, who scored the winning goal for AFC Wulfrunians against United earlier this month. Fantastic side challenge made, keeping the ball alive for Wulfrunians. Not for long now as Ison nods it forward. Now Josh O'Grady, poor first touch. Nearly allowed Matt Ellis to bring the ball back. Valence plays it back into defence with the captain, Jamie Coleman. Back to Valence. He has a little bit of space to utilise down the left-hand side. Pass easily cut out though by Ellis. Long ball forward. He's looking for Nick Turton, but intercepted well by Jamie Coleman. And once again, it's with Valence as United look to push forward. Valence. Once again, the long ball headed away by Wulfrunians. A very frustrating tactic used by Coventry United recently. Coleman picks it up at the back for the Red and Greens. Of course, Coleman the skipper today, in the absence of both Thornton and Cox. Throw in to be taken by Tom Ray. Plays a 1-2 with Sedgemoor. Ball into the penalty area, looking for Turton. And Courtney Cameron intercepts after a pretty wayward pass and streams down the right-hand side. Keynes is right behind him. Cameron checks his run. That's Ujla. Through the legs of Josh O'Grady to Scott Hammond, who seems to be playing as the main striker today, but the pass to Josh O'Grady was poor. Attempted challenge made on Keynes by Hammond, but the left back gets the ball away, boots it towards the right-hand side of the pitch, and there's no one waiting. And that'll be an easy gather for Ben Valence with a throw. Valence up line. Met in the air by Craig Gregg. Kept in by Palmer. Ellis. Forced towards the halfway line. Back into Wulfrunians territory. Ray. Flick forward by Nick Turton. Craig with the crossing opportunity from the right hand side. In fact, it's gone out for a Coventry. It's gone out for a Wulfrunians throw. Well, now the referee has changed his mind and given it to Coventry United. And Craig is not at all happy. The linesman, of course, was closest to it, but the referee is the most senior official on the pitch. It's down to him. United can't seem to get the ball away from their own box at the moment. Lewis Ison. Orsula. Jacket Orsula, still going. Glasgow United boxed in. Now they've got to try and get the ball away. Ison, wayward kick towards the left-hand side. Coleman stabs it over to Valence. Just keeps away from Turton. Glasgow wants it in the centre. Coleman up line to Valence once again. Then Valence. Cameron's calling for it on the far side. He chose to find Josh O'Grady, who just about keeps in a pretty poor control there. Long ball towards Courtney Cameron at the far post, and he gets the shot away, flicks it up, tries to control. Cameron sets himself up and tipped over by Bateman. Well, the Wolves' shot stopper was in scintillating form at Spinks Drive last time these two sides met, and he's going to have to be called into action today if he's going to keep a clean sheet for Wolves. A very attack-minded Coventry United lineup. It's down to Bateman to keep them quiet as the Red and Greens look to set up for this corner. Towards the far post. Rob Prinzel couldn't quite make contact with the header. Francis Balu keeps it alive. Now it's Scott Hammond forced onto the left wing. Hammond tried to find O'Grady on the edge of the area. Wasn't the best of passes, but Aulia makes the interception. Now it's O'Grady. Tries to put Keaton Francis Balu through on goal, and it's a pretty bad pass and goes out for a goal kick. So after roughly 5 minutes, it's AFC Wulfrunians 0, Coventry United 0. The Red and Greens with the first shot on goal though. Decent effort from Courtney Cameron. Looked like it was going to strike the crossbar, but of course the goalkeeper's got to make sure it's not going in his net. Bateman's clearance. And Greg can't keep that one in. It will be a throw-in to the Red and Greens of Coventry United. Turton. Forced into the centre circle. Ray. Joel Keynes. Turton making the run down the left-hand side. Keynes is blocked up by several white shirts. Hunt plays it back to Bateman. Hill. Hands with Greg. Long ball forward. Coleman able to beat Brady in the air, and Brady's given away a free kick for jumping into the back of Jamie Coleman. As Morris sets up for the free kick, approximately 10 yards outside his penalty area. Morris boots the ball away, looking for Rob Prinzel. Prinzel jumps for it, beaten in the air, however, by John Hill. Quickly Cameron into the centre circle. Tommy Glasgow, poor first touch, and gifts the ball to Kyle Brady, but luckily United are able to get the ball away. Lewis Ison seems to have picked up an injury, winning the ball back. That doesn't look good. He's limping a little bit. Let's hope it's nothing too serious. Cameron, Prinzel, Cameron again. Valance. Oh, lovely footwork there by Keaton Francis Baloo, but he was too tricky for Valance. Wasn't expecting it. Brady, dispossessed well by Ison. Seems to have shaken off that injury now. Ison, long ball towards the right-hand side. If O'Grady can keep it in, it'll be a really good opportunity for Coventry United, and he couldn't do it. Stretched and stretched and stretched, just couldn't quite keep the ball in. The referee is having a word with Kyle Brady. Not sure what that was about, but we're going to get set for the goal kick to be taken by Bateman. Bateman sets up as he brings the ball into his penalty area. Don't forget, if you are enjoying today's coverage, hit the like button on the YouTube video, leave a comment below, and don't forget to subscribe to Coventry United Matchday on YouTube for more exclusive football content. It's the only place you're going to find live coverage of every single Coventry United match. This ball bounces into the main stand here at Castlecroft Stadium. For a rather wayward goal kick. Also takes the throw in, and it's given away by Coventry United. Brady, now Turton on the edge of the area, waiting for backup. Kane's making the overlapping run, but still Turton maintains possession. Stabbed forward by Sedgemore, but Ison will deal with that one. Hill. Palmer. That's with Hill again. As Tom Ray sprints forward. Ray, Brady, Greg on the right-hand side. And it's deflected out of play. I believe that came off Valance last. It will be a Wulfrunians throw. In a decent position on that far side. Ray to Hill. Hunt. Wings it to Joel Keynes. Low cross towards the edge of the area, picked up by Nick Turton. Will Turton get enough space to shoot? He did. It was blocked well though. Brady. Out to the left-hand side for Joel Keynes. And Jagit Ulja did very well to get to that ball, put it out for a corner. Great work from the young lad at right back. Plays for the under-21s on a regular basis for Coventry United. We have seen him in cup action before. This is really his big opportunity in the first team in the absence of Pierre Moudin. Corner to be taken by Sedgemore. Swings in near post, flicked on, and once again Orja did incredibly well to get that ball away at the near post. And Sedgemore, poor control on the byline. That's gone out for a throw into Coventry United, but once again this young fullback impressing. And Orja will leave it for Lewis Ison to take. Paul Ison has got one hell of a long throw on him. It's like a speeding bullet. Towards the head of Josh O'Grady. Received a little bit of a dig there behind from Ellis. Referee doesn't want to know though. Ellis puts it forward, looking for Turton. Interception made by Coleman. Now Rob Prinzel can't sort his feet out and plays it back into danger. And Ison's lost it across the face of goal for Turton! And it smacks Ben Valance in the head. And that'll be a corner kick. United shooting themselves in the foot then, it very nearly cost them. Brady was, I think he was looking for Nick Turton. And somehow, some way, the ball didn't fall to him. And it's gone out for a corner kick with a signal of intent from the home side as they seek to maintain their league position. Corner towards the far post. Contact with a header over the crossbar. And the Coventry United coaches are not too happy with the assistant and the referee for something to do with John Hill. Not sure whether he pushed him in the back when he was trying to head the ball. He did get a contact on the header. It wasn't a very good header, though. It was straight over the crossbar. Morris's kick towards the right flank. Should be easy for Cameron. Cameron lets it go over his head. Orgler nods it on. Opportunity for the fullback to put it into the area now. There's a low cross blocked easily by Matt Hunt. But Orgler has won it back and lays it up for Courtney Cameron to get the cross in from the right hand side. Cameron's cross, it's all Keaton Francis Baloo, and it deflects on the way through and straight to the hands of John Bateman. Well, Francis Baloo has been banging them in left, right and centre for the under-21s. Even scored a fantastic goal against St Andrews in the Polymac Packaging League Cup towards the start of the season. Could well be a future star of Coventry United. He's got his chance to shine today. Valence puts it out for a Wulfrunians throw well into United territory. Well over 10 minutes gone now. It's still 0-0 at Castlecroft Stadium. Valence with the interception. Hammond tries to let it go through his legs and he's nearly caught out by Tom Ray. United able to keep possession. Here's Orgler. Punted forward for Courtney Cameron. Cameron didn't know where the ball was, and it's an easy header for Hill. Hunt. Orgler takes it past Turton beautifully. Great work from the young fullback once again. Now Valence. Plenty of space on the left-hand side to break forward as Sedgwick comes across to try and block his run. Ball down the left wing. Francis Baloo caught from behind by Tom Ray. That's a free kick to Coventry United on the left-hand side of the penalty area. About 5 yards away from the penalty box. This is a real opportunity to get a decent ball in the area. Francis Baloo, Prinzel, Ison and Hammond all in there. Glasgow on the edge of the box. Standing over the ball, O'Grady and Cameron. Cameron's going to leave it now and he's going to report to the edge of the area should the rebound come out. And Ison nods it over. It's a free kick anyway. And it remains scoreless as we approach the 15th minute. Bateman receives the ball. And we get set to get underway once again. Wulfrunians looking to keep a good run of results going. 5-0 victors against Brockton last time out. Kyle Brady scoring 2 of those goals. Will he be able to get on the score sheet again? Here is Brady. Nods it on to Turton. Puts it into the centre of the pub, but Francis Baloo intercepts and stabs it forward for O'Grady. But Huntgate steaming in from behind to win it back, but once again Francis Baloo does well to bring it back for Coventry United. Now Rob Prinzel. Francis Baloo, he's out-muscled by Sedgmore, but Prinzel nods it forward and cleared well by Hill. Is that handball? It seemed to touch the arm of either Valence or Craig Gregg. Didn't see which one. There was definitely an arm striking the ball in there, though. And Terry Anderson wasn't happy about that. And then Wulfrunians have got a throw right in front of the dugouts. Of course, in 7 days' time, it'll all be over. The final match of a incredible season for Coventry United will be away at Boldmere St Michael's. And the referee is having a very stern word with United's Terry Anderson and Luke Morton. Of course, Terry Anderson, the manager of Coventry United. Luke Morton, the assistant manager. Very much the dynamic duo of the MFL Premier Division. Turton Brady. He's found Joel Kane to the edge of the area. Can he get some space to have a go here? He won't, because Orja will block him off, and Cameron tries to finish the job, and Coventry United have out-muscled their opponents and got the ball back. But once again, Orja doing incredibly well. Glasgow punts it towards the right-hand side. O'Grady's chasing it. Will he get there? He's racing against Hunt. Hunt tries to shepherd the ball out of play, and he does so beautifully. Hunt got his body in the way of O'Grady, and there was no way that last season's top scorer was getting past him. So 15 minutes gone. It remains at 0-0. It's going to be Hunt to take this throw. United still stacking the Wulfrunians half in case the ball falls back to him. And it does with Tommy Glasgow. Able to dispossess Brady. It's gone out for a Coventry United throw. And that certainly hasn't pleased Richard Palmer, as the ball's gone straight into the tunnel. Lewis Arson prepares one of his jet-propelled throws. It's towards the head of Keaton Francis Ballu. And he wasn't going for it, he left it. It's headed away by Hill. Punted forward by Greg. Valence able to nod it away from Turton, but it's kept alive. Palmer slides it over to Turton. He's got support incoming. Greg on the right-hand side. Now Palmer volleys it towards the right-hand side. Valence gets there first, but once again blocked off well by Greg. Palmer finds Turton at the edge of the area. Chest control. Ball into the area. Now it falls to Joel Kane. So to get the shot away, it's Kane's, and it's a simple save for Rich Morris. Kane's, of course, scoring the only goal of the previous encounter between these two sides. After a dart to run into the penalty area, this one was a rather tame effort. You don't win the raffle if you don't buy a ticket. Kane's header intercepted by O'Grady, but Glasgow loses out to Turton, punts it forward, but there's no one there. And Ison will let that one run back to Rich Morris. Morris out wide to Orja. Wulfrunians thought that was out. Linesman saying no. Orja's long ball finds Scott Hammond. He's got Cameron in support, being out-muscled by Hill. Hammond lays it off for Courtney Cameron. Orja. That's with Glasgow. O'Grady, lovely flick there to take it away from Palmer. It's Josh O'Grady, and that one trickles wide. Well, last season we may have seen that one blast into the top corner. This season it just hasn't quite clicked for O'Grady. So heading up to the 20th minute. The score remains at 0-0. A few players have caught the eye so far. Seems Keynes is certainly a danger man, as he was last time. He was our man of the match in our previous meeting, just edging out his teammate John Bateman, who was outstanding between the sticks. He's already made a crucial save today. Prince leaps and gets his head in the ball. Now Keaton Francis Ballu. Glasgow pressurised to punt the ball down the left-hand side. It has found Josh O'Grady, however. Where's the support? Well, there's Valence, and he'll find the left-back. Plays it back to Tommy Glasgow United under pressure now, and a good challenge made by Matt Ellis, striding forward. He's got turned to his right, challenge made by Jamie Coleman, and that will allow Ben Valence to play it back to Rich Morris. Brady's going to make life difficult for him, and he punts it away just in time. But headed forward once again by John Hill. Valence once again plays it back to Rich Morris, and it's returned to Valence. No harm done for Coventry United. Valence. Long ball towards the right-hand side. Here's Jagji Ulja. Prinzel strides towards the halfway line. Chip pass for Scott Hammond and return to Prinzel. Beautiful play, but Prinzel's pass towards Hammond was intercepted easily by Tom Ray. Greg gets a long ball away, and Ison able to find Valence under pressure from two Wulfrunians players, and Glasgow is caught as he tries to punt it as a play, and it will be a free kick to Coventry United, and Palmer's not happy, and he's going to have a talking to here. He could well have a yellow card, and Palmer's not helping himself by walking away from the referee. And he's still ignoring the referee. And Palmer is saying, what's the problem? Well, what the problem is, firstly it was a foul, and the referee wanted to talk to him. He just walked off. You don't do that. If he's not going to get a yellow card for the challenge, you could well get a yellow card for dissent. Some referees will see it different than others. Well, Rich Morris here wicking the conversation there. It's not like Rich at all. Well, no card needed, it would appear. And the referee's still having a pretty stern word. And Palmer is going to get away scot-free. No card needed, but I'd assume he's on his one and only warning. Morris takes free kick. Courtney Cameron wants it out wide. Pushing everyone forward here, Coventry United. It's into the box and over the head of Hill, straight into the hands of Bateman. A poor set piece. And Bateman rolls the ball. And gets set to punt it away from his penalty area. Boom, there it goes. Out wide towards Greg. Keaton Francis Ballew heads it out of play, and that will be a throw-in just in front of the Wolves dugout for AFC Wulfrunians. Tom Ray's throw. Turton misses it, but Valence's header finds the number 9. Palmer. Hooked away by Jamie Coleman. And, well, it looked like it remained in play, but the referee's assistant has now raised his flag. Throw-in taken. Brady. Was that a high beat from Keaton Francis Ballew? Referee says no, and it's punched away by Ben Valence. Hammond beaten in the air, and surprisingly, he's not the biggest of players, Hammond. Glasgow beaten in the air too. Ellis tries to find Turton on the right-hand side. And Ben Valence able to shield the ball from Turton and let it go out for a throw. Valence looks for an option, up line towards Keaton Francis Ballew. Greg gets his body in the way, but Valence intercepts. And that is a free kick there as Courtney Cameron raised his foot to try and put the ball forward, but he connected with the head of Matt Hunt. And it will be a free kick right on the halfway line, just towards the right of the centre circle. In fact, no, he's taking it a few yards forward. Everyone forward now for AFC Wulfrunians. It's going to be everyone inside United's half. Can they make this chance count? Punts it into the penalty area. Header towards the right-hand side of the box. It was a poor one. It's back into the area now with Turton. Flicks it up. Boosted away by Jamie Coleman. And that will be a Wolves throw. Danger not quite over yet for the Red and Greens. Greg's throw towards Turton. Nick Turton shields the ball well from Valence. Now Greg. Greg's delivery. Ellis flicked on. Brady's hit the crossbar. How's he missed? How has he missed? 5 yards out, and he stabbed it onto the crossbar, but incredible flick on by Matt Ellis to make the chance possible for Brady. Best chance of the match by a country mile, but you have to ask the question, how was that not a goal? United will breathe a sigh of relief as Morris takes the goal kick. Headed forward by Joel Keynes. Brady does well to shrug Ison off the ball and take a quick throw. Now Matt Ellis tries to lay it off for Keynes, and a combination of Coleman and Ison bring the ball back to Coventry United. Tommy Glasgow strides forward with Rob Prinzel in support, and that's Prinzel. Hammond tries to put it out wide for Keaton Francis Ballew, intercepted by Greg. Coventry United throws. Greg's touch was a little too heavy. 25 minutes of play gone. And incredibly, it remains 0-0, despite that wonderful opportunity for Brady. Valence up line towards Francis Ballew. Blocked off. And once again, Terrence is not happy with something. Well, the referee has already shown that he's not going to be intimidated by players or management today. Orgler strides into a sea of red, finds Josh O'Grady, padded over to Courtney Cameron. Cameron, now Orgler again. Prinzel wants it in the centre. Lovely bit of skill there by Orgler to take it around Sedgemore. Now into the centre with Prinzel. Valance to his left. Tries to play it forward to Tommy Glasgow. Blocked well by Matt Ellis. Dribbles back into a dangerous position for AFC Wulfrunians. United have got it back with Courtney Cameron. Hammond flicked it on. Cameron's got space. Can he get into the area? Cross put in. Easy dealt with by the centre-back, John Hill. Long throw from Bateman. Greg halts his run and lays it off for Tom Ray. Sedgemore chips it out wide. Ellis. Bruce does his best to try and force him away. Down line to Sedgemore. Twists and turns away from Glasgow. Now it's with Hunt. Nice forward ball to Brady. He's forced away by Ison. United putting a shield in front of that goal. It's already been penetrated before, which amazingly has not resulted in a goal so far. Greg. Brady's in there, it's gone over everyone, Orchard will let it go, but it's gone all the way through to Joel Keynes. Keynes headed away by Lewis Ison, and now Courtney Cameron with a real chance to counter. He's going for a light jog rather than a steaming run, and plays it into the centre with Prinzel. It's a wasted opportunity for Coventry United to break, but Prinzel plays it down line looking for O'Grady, easily dealt with by Matt Hunt. Now here's Keynes. Keynes still going. Now Brady. It's a little too far for Matt Ellis, but has found Ray. Keynes. Oh, he was looking for Greg out wide, but Francis Ballow able to intercept. Long ball from Glasgow over to Courtney Cameron on the right-hand side. Orger making the overlapping run. Cameron still strides forward. He's got Orger in support, finds Jagjit Orger. Hammond. Good tackle made by Rich Palmer. It's going to be a throw into the red and greens. O'Grady, heavy first touch. He's forced to punt it out wide to Ben Valance to keep it away from Palmer. Valance ball into the area. Well, they were appealing for offside against Francis Ballow anyway, but United didn't manage to find him. Clearance was made. Now it's fallen to Jamie Coleman at centre-back. Wayward long ball. It's just kept in by Scott Hammond. Valance. Back to Hammond, who seems to be playing out wide now. Cross towards the far post. And Keynes nodded out for a Coventry United corner kick. United back on the front foot after a sustained period of Wulfrunians pressure. And Courtney Cameron and Josh O'Grady a little spot of ball hunting. Of course, no ball boys in the Midland Football League. That's something we've got to sort for next season. So half an hour played, still no score. As we prepare for this set-piece routine from Coventry United, it's going to be Josh O'Grady to take it as Cameron trudges away. O'Grady towards the far post. It's gone over Isom, it's come back down to earth, and Keenan Francis Ballow charged down, and it's going to go out for another corner. And this time it's going to be Prinzel. In fact, no, he's going to leave it for Cameron. That's Prinzel. In fact, no, he's going to offer the short corner routine as Wulfrunians have left that wing exposed. Cameron tries to cut in and does so beautifully. Courtney Cameron, Bateman saves but loses it. Clearance made, but United will bring it back. Hammond, now Prinzel out wide. Prinzel's cross. And well, it should have been an easy catch for Bateman, but once again he spills it, but he's brought it down to earth this time. So 15 minutes to go until half-time. As usual, we'll be taking a short break at half-time to swap over the laptop battery to ensure we can bring the second half of this match in its entirety. So look for the new live stream after half-time. Don't forget to hit the like button on this video if you're enjoying the coverage. Comment below, subscribe to Matchday on YouTube, and follow us on Twitter at CovMatchday. And it's through for Turton. Turton's offside. It was one-on-one with Rich Morris, and he put it wide anyway. That's rather embarrassing for Nick Turton. Just strayed beyond Lewis Ison, and that will be a free kick to the Red and Greens. In fact, it seems as if a free kick's been given. I thought it was given for offside, but it looks as though Wulfrunians have got themselves a free kick on the edge of the penalty area. Say around 10-15 yards outside the box. It's certainly strikeable range. Well, Brady's walking away from it. It's going to be the captain, Jake Sedgemore. Well, there was only 2 men back, but now it's 3 as Greg makes his way towards the halfway line. But standing over it is Jake Sedgemore. A 4-man wall, making that 5 with Hammond joining the party. Sedgemore's run up, Sedgemore's strike, deflected and caught by Rich Morris. A little dig by Nick Turton for good measure. Throw by Morris, now Orgia. He's got pressure from behind from Turton. Orgia. That's with Cameron, a good pressure from Wulfrunians to win it back. And a scuff pass by Palmer, and Courtney Cameron's been called over. It's going to be another free kick. I've got to say, I didn't see that too much run. There was a little clip there. It looks like Cameron's going to go in the book. Well, I've got to say, I think that's a little bit harsh. Of course, it's the referee's game. I mean, personally, I don't even think that was a free kick, let alone a yellow card. It is going to be Sedgemore to line up another one. This one is going to be probably a long ball towards the far post rather than a strike at goal, as it is pretty close to the halfway line. Sedgemore blasts it towards the far post. Hunt jumps up for it. Ellis, Hunt, puts it through for Greg, offside. And Coventry United will regroup with a free kick just on the edge of their penalty area. Take through the half-time scores around the grounds when we return from our half-time break. Just over 10 minutes until half-time. Amazingly, still no score. It's been an action-packed half, I have to say. As Morris punts this one away. Straight back to AFC Wulfrunians, however. Turton loses out to Tommy Glasgow. Now it's with Glasgow again. Long ball down the left-hand side, and that's just going to go all the way out for a goal kick. Good work by Tom Ray to ensure that ball was guided out of play. But he's got it into the next field, so he's got a little spot of running to do now. Coventry United, of course, not that much to play for. The only thing they have got to play for right now is the chance to finish above their local rivals Coventry Spinks. Spinks are 4 points behind with 2 matches to go, including this one. So a win for United would ensure they would finish above their city rivals and would officially be the highest placed team from Coventry outside the Football League. Here's Orgler. Strides down the right wing, going to pose, but he's running to Joel Keynes now. Shoulder to shoulder, and Orgler comes out with the ball just about, and lovely flick and turn. Incredible. And Coventry United will come away with the ball now. Rob Prinzel, he's got Valence out wide for company. Ben Valence, Hammond is in a forward position, but he plays a 1-2 with Prinzel. Now it's with Hammond. There's a little twist and turn himself. Now O'Grady. Valence, heavy first touch, clearance made, only as far as Rob Prinzel. And he nearly gave it back to Turton. Now Ison's got some recovery work to do as he boots the ball to Orgler under pressure from Brady. Now Glasgow. Orgler. Down line looking for Keaton Francis Baloo. And that's going to be a throw into AFC Wulfrunians as Hunt puts it out of play. Hunt's throw. Sedgemore. Back to Hunt. Keynes nods it on, looking for Turton. Coleman with a crucial challenge made. Now it's come back to Courtney Cameron. Got a step over to try and trick Hunt out. Didn't quite work. Prince in the centre circle. Now to Ben Valance. O'Grady on the left-hand side. Hammond flicks it on for O'Grady once again, but Sedgemore intercepts. But now it's down to Ray to get this ball away. Up line. Intercepted by Valance. Josh O'Grady. Shooted towards the area. Keaton Francis Baloo stumbled under pressure from John Hill. And that allowed Bateman to get onto the loose ball in his penalty area. And it remains scoreless. But I honestly do not know how. Bateman's ready to boot the ball away. There it goes. Ellis is there to try and get his head in it. It goes over Ellis and nodded forward by Jamie Coleman. Throw into Wulfrunians, will be taken by Tom Ray. And the referee spots Ray trying to steal a cheeky few yards with the throw, but he's not going to allow that. Very strict referee, it seems. Throw taken by Ray. Nodded on by Brady. Turton. He was being held by, I believe it was Jamie Coleman, and they appealed for the foul, but now holding from Palmer has given a free kick to Coventry United for an infringement on Hammond. You just want to take the free kick quickly. They haven't been allowed to do so, so now we've got to go all the way back for another free kick, and the ball's gone out of play, out for it's gone past the advertising board, sorry, so it will still be the free kick, but they've got to go and get the ball first. The referee says to Rich Morris, okay, you can take the free kick. Now the ref wants to have a word with Jake Sedgemore and Rich Palmer. Well, he's had some crosswords with Palmer before. I don't think that was a card brandished though, not one that I could see. And Morris sets the ball up. He's taken a fair old while about it, I have to admit. Referee gives Morris a hurry up and it's down to the man they call England's number one to get that ball away. Headed on into the box and straight into the hands of John Bateman. Game was slightly slowed down the last 5 minutes or so. I think both sides will be happy to get into half-time and think of plan B. Brady headed away by Isom, back forward by Matt Ellis until Coleman can get the clearance. Hill, Glasgow. Punted forward once again, now it's with Greg. Can he get the cross in? He's beaten Valance just about, while Valance gets the side tackle in and Coleman clears only as far as Ellis. Now Sedgemore. Should be an easy gather for Courtney Cameron. Chest control, brings it down to earth. Now it's with Jagged Ulja. And Ulja puts it out of play off Palmer for a Coventry United throw. 5 minutes of play remaining until the break, plus stoppages, of course. O'Grady's got Glasgow to his left, Ulja to his right, finds Jagged Ulja. Tries to turn his way through. And Joel Keynes as well to put it out of play for a Wulfrunians throw. To be taken by Matt Hunt. There it goes, up line towards Keynes. Joel Keynes, Brady. Trying to put it down towards the right hand side, it was blocked well. Now here come Coventry United on the counter with Courtney Cameron striding down the left hand side. He's got options forward, including Keaton Francis Baloo, Scott Hammond and Josh O'Grady. He's still going, surrounded by red shirt, and he's going to run that one out of play for a goal kick. Disappointing end to a promising move for the Red and Greens. A patchwork Coventry United side, if you will, today. Made up with 4 under-21 players, including Francis Baloo and Orja. Jetro Garfer on the bench. And most of the under-21 players have actually played already today, so this is their second game. Free kick given to Coventry United just inside the Wulfrunians half. It's going to be the skipper, Jamie Coleman, to take it. As we close in on the half-time whistle. Still no score. As the stand-in skipper for Coventry United gets set to blast this one towards the penalty area. There it goes. Easy dealt with by Hunt. Francis Ballet tries to pick it up on the wing, but blasted away by Turton. Valance nods it out wide. Iceland should keep it in. Flicks it on to Keaton Francis Ballew. O'Grady wants it, as does Hammond. Francis Ballet tries to find, I think it was looking for Prinzel in the centre, but Prinzel was nowhere near it. Ison intercepts in the back line for Coventry United. Now Ben Valance. Valance to Orja. Out wide to O'Grady. Glasgow on the halfway line. Orja again. Puts out a play off the leg of Jake Sedgemore, the Wolves captain. There it goes. Throw and taken, nodded forward once again. Hunt got his head to it. Francis Ballew chases it and will keep it in. Cross finds Josh O'Grady, tries to trick his way through. Rob Prinzel, and it's in! Coventry United take the lead. It wasn't pretty, but Rob Prinzel's strike has found the net. If anything, I think the miss hit helped it go past Bateman, who wasn't expecting it. And Coventry United, just 2 minutes before the break, have indeed got the lead. Well, Francis Ballew did well to get the cross away. O'Grady controlled well on the edge of the box and laid it off for Rob Prinzel. Again, not the cleanest of contacts, but that contact took it past Bateman.
Goal for Coventry United, scored after 42 minutes by number 4, Robert Prinzel.
Here's the goal scorer, Prinzel, now for Coventry United as they try and double that lead before half-time. Prinzel started down the right-hand side. Hammond should keep this one in. He's got O'Grady behind him if he needs. Crosses. Francis Ballew lets it run. Ray tries to get it away. Prinzel brings it down to earth for Coventry United. He's going to play it back. And I'm not quite sure what he was trying to do there. He's putting it onto the left-hand side. Valance couldn't keep it in. It's going to be a Wolves throw. So 2 minutes to go until half-time. Score now, AFC Wulfrunians 0, Coventry United 1. Coleman nods it forward. Glasgow. Francis Ballew lets it run, but once again he's let it go. Straight to a Wolves player, nodding forward. Keynes, and they're appealing for handball. That came off the shoulder of Ulsher, not the hand. Or the arm. Ellis tries to flick it forward, but intercepted by Valance and punts it forward. Francis Ballew beaten in the air by Hill. Now it's with Ellis as he's in the centre circle. Sedgemore, and it's gone through to Brady, one-on-one with Morris. Brady onto the crossbar, surely now for Turton, and it's in! Quick response from AFC Wulfrunians. Brady couldn't get the job done, but Nick Turton could.
44 minutes by number 9, Nicky Turton.
Fantastic goal for AFC Wulfrunians. You have to feel for Brady, who once again was given a brilliant opportunity only to divert it onto the crossbar. But with Morris out of commission, it was down to Nick Turton to divert it into a pretty much empty net. AFC Wulfrunians 1, Coventry United 1. 2 goals in the space of 2 minutes. Action-packed finish to this first half. Josh O'Grady. Now Orja as Coventry United to try and get back on the front foot before the half-time whistle. They've given the ball away again. Turton. Palmer. Punts it forward. Coleman gets his head to it. And O'Grady puts it out wide, and Valance is racing to try and get to that one. And he puts it out for a throw to AFC Wulfrunians. The Wolves putting their visitors under immense pressure in the final couple of minutes before half-time. We should actually be at the end of normal time now. And of course, there will be some added time. Crossing opportunity for Ray. Palmer. Can Greg get it in from the right-hand side? Greg. And he slips as he tries to get the cross away. Disappointing, really. Several Wulfrunians players waiting for delivery in the penalty area. It's skewed horribly and goes over the goal and out of bounds. Coventry United will regroup with the goal kick. They might get one more chance in before half-time. Morris boots it away. And the referee calls time on an incredible first half. It's surprising that there's only been 2 goals in this match so far. But 2 goals there has been. It seems as if Coventry United will be going into half-time ahead. Thanks to a scuffed shot from Rob Prinzel. It seemed to be enough to give Coventry United the lead heading into the break, but it wasn't to be, as Nick Turton capitalised on some great work from Kyle Brady to put the ball into an empty net. Well, the first half was anything to go by. We're going to be in for a fantastic final 45 minutes. The half-time score, AFC Wulfrunians 1, Coventry United 1. Well, we're now going to go into a short break at half-time to swap over the laptop battery to ensure we can bring you the second half of this match in its entirety. So look for the new live stream on YouTube as we get the second half underway here on Coventry United Matchday with Liam Cook.